Yeah, baby, Cam Rock, baby. All right, so scene idea for the Star Wars movie, Cam Rock style Star Wars movie. My original creation and idea. So, when discovering the powers of the Kevin Hart character I have in mind, where Kevin Hart and Michael Jai White should be twin brothers, a play on the movie Twins, done by Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, back in the 90s. It's an old movie, but, one is tall, one is short, one is built buff. Well, in this case, one is tall, one is short, but, both are athletic and, buff and built dudes, so they both know martial arts. It'll work perfectly in the Jedi sense if they're Jedi Masters. Now, as children, showing like a backstory, the idea for us, the great scene for showing how Kevin Hart discovers his story, the play on each other's powers of as far as them being twins. Michael Jai White, since he's already a great martial artist, his force power specialty will be the pull, because he can snatch it niggas in real quick to fuck them up with that kung fu and everything. Also, he does, let's say he's good at force grip, maybe, or something like that as well. And Kevin Hart's power ability is going to be the push. So as a little kid, he's getting chased by a bunch of kids in the neighborhood. He's running around, and this is how he first discovers he's got the force ability. He's a little short kid, his twin brother, who was significantly bigger and around to protect him. He's running from the kids in the neighborhood. Then he gets his back up against this little tree and area and neighborhood, and he's telling the kids to stop, leave him alone. They all running up toward him. They finna beat him up. And he goes, no, and he does this, and then he pushes like them, and then lays down a bunch of dang a brick wall and a fence, a couple of fences all the way down through this neighborhood. And then he just looks and goes, damn! I mean, it's a little cute little kid, little short little kid that you can tell is for his age, but he's just short. You know what I mean? And basically that'd be a little young Kevin Hart character. Then they show basically how from that point he and his brother get recruited into this school of getting trained by Jedi. Now the Jedi Master who will train them, that'll be Jackie Chan. He's also training Tony Jaa, and he's got his own Jedi school. And then on the other side of the galaxy is, unbeknownst to them, is the the Jedi Master's Wesley Snipes. Now Wesley Snipes has his own galaxy, and he's basically the Donald Trump of like 30 planets in this little corner of galaxy. He doesn't own the whole galaxy, he just owns 30 planets in it, where he's a financial guy over the planet. He's the Donald Trump of that planet. When he gets there, they talking strictly numbers. They tell him how much money he's made, this and that, how good his Jedi schools are doing. Now, this will be like a Sith Origins, I think. Great story for that. Because basically, Wesley Snipes comes into his abilities and so forth, being a businessman and just a naturally athletic, this and that, and coming up in the galaxy, hustling his way through. He discovers Zoe Saldana and recruits her, and I would say like another character. Preferably me. Put me in the movie, goddammit. And basically, we kind of like, he discovers us. We each do different saber styles. So Wesley Snipes will do a single sword form. I would do either the two sword form or the staff, or I would do a new weapon idea. Of course, I'm sure many have recommended it, the lightsaber whip. I've been playing around with a little whip substitute type deal, just a cord, extension cord, and trying to do moves. So I'm going to end up doing some kung fu freestyles for using a whip, and picture basically them as lightsabers. My staff, try to picture it as a unique lightsaber that I'd be able to grab two ends of it with. And of course, my crazy sticks, Raz and Jazz, short for Razzmatazz and Jazzmatazz. Picture those as, lightsabers. They're each arm's length, my arm length. So from the, my armpit all the way to the tip of my middle finger, that's how long they are. Picture those as lightsabers. They are stainless steel. They are pretty dang heavy. They're hollow in the middle, but they are some heavy damn sticks. So those light blocks and the twirls I'm doing, that ain't just decoration. Those are light blocks as well as strikes. Please believe if you run into that, it's gonna hurt pretty good. Not as hard as a regular swing like that, but them twirls, the wrist twirls, oh, that shit does it. It smarts. I know, because I hit myself with them practicing the shit plenty of times, and I've scratched myself all the damn hell up on my legs and shit, and my arms and my forearms. Damn it, learning, making up the style and making up these moves for it, So the style is developing real well. It's coming along just from trying to keep the Star Wars movie in mind. I love to make this idea into a movie. That'd be another great scene showing how Wesley Snipes recruits Zoe Saldana and then like a me character as kids. And then we come up and do our thing. Then also in that same galaxy, Wesley Snipes notices he opens up a Jedi Academy because as a rich businessman, he learns the ways of the Force. He naturally has it. He opens up a school and he doesn't adhere to the Jedi code because in his area of galaxy, he never gets discovered. But, you know, he running things and he goes under the radar basically from the Jedi school that Jackie Chan then runs off in they area of galaxy. When they come with their Jedi code, Wesley like, we don't recognize that here. We just practice the Force, and whatever we can do, we use it, and that's it. So Zoe Saldana and my character, we're like, hey, you know, yeah, our knowledge of the Force is just Force knowledge. We don't see light and dark. And then that could be a great story of origin of how the Force gets divided when they discover, oh, there's people using the Force in other parts of the galaxy that we don't know about. And we should start figuring it out and getting them to adhere to like a code of conduct and ethics. Whereas Wesley Snipes' character is like, I'm a self-made man. No. If I start telling my students they can't use the Force lightning and the Force grip and whatever else, because it's evil powers or whatever, then it'll mess up my whole school and my own doctrine. He's like, basically, he's saying, I got my own philosophy and way of doing things. And that's it. And then this explains maybe the Sith origins as a, like just a different philosophy. Like old boy was explaining in Revenge of the Sith. He said there's the Jedi is a little narrow-minded, and their dogmatic view is it's very, it's a closed off. You can only do this half, not really delve into that half type of knowledge. Whereas this form is embracing it all. It's saying no, use all that shit and just get things done, basically. You know what I mean? Move forward in life and do right for yourself. So it don't start off as what it becomes later. It starts off as just, ideally sound. Just not with all the, we are the noblest of folk type deal. You know what I mean? It's still like on some dog-eat-dog world. Because that's where it develops in a galaxy like that. Then, also, he learns his Force lightning from Jet Li. Jet Li and Donnie Yen are practicing. Jet Li comes into his power on his own on a galaxy far, far away. He's discovers he can do the lightning thing. So then Wesley Snipes, while trying to go acquire lands when he was in his up-and-coming thing, when he discovers Zoe Saldana, he meets young Jet Li as a kid doing electricity and stuff, and he goes, man, where'd you learn that? He's like, I just learned it on my own and figured it out. He was like, well, you got one of these? Vroom, he opens up a lightsaber. Then Jet Li goes, no. The little kid Jet Li version goes, no. But so he's like, well, how about I trade you this and you teach me how to do that? And then that's how Wesley Snipes incorporates that into his school. And then basically that planet and that thing starts to get run by Jet Li as a kid or growing up in exchange for his knowledge of the Force and so forth. Then, they make a school there, and that's how he comes to train another kid that's Donnie Yen's character. That's when he gets older, basically. So Donnie Yen is going to be a little younger than Jet Li in the movie. And basically understudy, but by the time they're adult characters, everybody's a master. But this shows the backstory of the story that has action in it, and it delivers the goods, Also, it's a great opportunity to use new Force weapons by saying that in the beginning, the Force was free form, and people just discovered their powers, etc. However they did it, and then, there was no galactic federation going around policing that shit and governing who could use it, how they could use the Force, and so forth. It was just the Wild Wild West. And so therefore, that's where this story can come into play in terms of this is how the light side first starts deciding to police the galaxy and deciding, well, who can use the Force, how can they use it? And it becomes this basically a political thing, a differentiation where Wesley Snipes is like, nah, in my galaxy, we run things my way. I sit on top of 30 planets. My understudies each got 2 planets apiece. They run things their way, and then, boom, boom, we run business, and we make money, and then, of course, we expand our galaxy. And eventually, we can all have our own galaxy and so forth. You guys do what you want in your corner of the galaxy. We're doing what we want over here. And then they feel like, nah, we can't let you do that. You're going to overpower us if you get an army, blase, blase. They see the potential danger and threat in it. So, the Jackie Chan side, and Michael Jai White, Jet Li, and Tony Jaa. And of course, they're going to need a female lead. I was thinking maybe like, I don't know. It could be anybody, really. Old girl from the Hunger Games. Lenny Kravitz's daughter. She's done action movies. She's done X-Men, so she can do. Old girl from Divergent. She's, done the action movie lead already. They know how to fight. Shoot, man, there's lots of them that can be chosen. So I just haven't really, and of course there's old girl who played Lucy, and but I mean she does enough characters already, but still, yeah, she could do it. Same as old girl who does Resident Evil. I mean, there's a bunch of female characters. That could be. I would love to see Angelina Jolie be a Jedi. That'd be pretty awesome, And Brad fucking Pitt. That'd be pretty tight. You know what I mean? Right. Just make a whole army of superstars on each side that basically end up teaming up and coming together and doing some cool shit. You know what I mean? Like, cause think about Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. They did awesome in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I love to see them do a movie again together, especially an action one where they, both Jedi and shit. Dude, how fucking cool would that be? And then you can just throw all kind of super. With this storyline, you can get at least 8 movies out of this without the story getting old or turning into bullshit. Think about that. If you stretch it out right, and they will all be action packed, and it can just be a back and forth constant thing where each universe is battling, and they ain't already tied into the politics so deep that the story loses its flexibility. You know what I mean? They each got their own section of galaxy, so basically this galaxy is over here trying to figure out how do we stop this galaxy from expanding. So they meeting in places in the middle, trying to get the resources first and claim it first. And this is how these light and dark side of the force battles start kicking off. And they start calling it that, like, well, nah, when they're negotiating with people on the planet, talking about some, well, we want to accommodate this planet. And this is how the first fight can kick off, basically. Wesley Snipes goes on the planet and gets there at the same time as Jackie Chan. And he's like, I see what you're trying to do. You want to spread your philosophy to the galaxy, but I don't agree with it. I think that's, not how people should be done. They should be free to, use their own resources. And if they decide to share with us their wealth, etc., great, but we can't force it. We shouldn't acquire the land, something like that. And Wesley Snipes is like, look, I got to do this as a businessman. This is how we do things. If I accommodate the planet, then I make sure things run smoothly and in order the way that I see it needs to run. Then basically, that philosophy of, his freedom of the force philosophy don't carry over into his business practices. And so that is where they'll make their, real political / philosophical standoff. And then Jackie Chan will get like a little heated. Well, Snipes will get a little heated, and then they go to compete with whoever the ambassador of the planet is, talk to them about what they can each do for the planet. Wesley Snipes is talking all money, and Jackie Chan's talking about leaving the people in peace and this and that, and not letting them make the deal, whereas the other guy's hearing the money, and then he starts trying to agree with Wesley Snipes. So then after this happens, they get into, heated argument, and then boom, they fight, of course, and then it's the first of many to come. They explode, everybody starts throwing force powers around, sabers come out, and then, boom, then it's basically on from that point in the movie. They're trying to aggressively expand over here, and they're trying to slow it down, and then they realize, okay, we can't slow it down or stop it, and not without more people. So that's when the light side starts recruiting, and the dark side of the force becomes the dark side because they're aggressively expanding and recruiting into the galaxy, their mode of thinking. And then they just got people like Wesley Snipes on his 30 planets. He's got Jedi schools where, when Jet Li was a kid, he raised them in it, and same with Zoe Saldana, my character, and so forth. Then he'll have other characters too, Donnie Yen and so forth. We'll need a whole team of people on the Sith side as well as light side. I mean, just superstars, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Mark Wahlberg would be an awesome Jedi, awesome Sith. You know what I mean? People that when they fight, they got swag. Dude, all the people that was in Man with the Iron Fist 1 and 2, all them cats, man. I mean, they awesome, dude. You know what I'm saying? Lucy Liu, of course. All my girls from Charlie's Angels. Lucy Liu, Cameron Diaz, they can do action. Of course, Kill Bill. All my girls from there. More so because they really trained hard on that Kill Bill. And it was so hard a fighting style. Uma Thurman was just beating ass in a whole nother level on Kill Bill. So was Lucy Liu. So was Vivica Fox. Oh, wow, dude. The fight with Vivica Fox was some of the most epic shit ever. I mean, dude, that's how you fight a motherfucker. You just come to their door, she ain't say shit. She stared at her for like a second, and then just to let her get oh, it's you, bitch, and pow, motherfucker. She just popped the bitch right in the fucking face. Saying that shit gonna make you pull the DVD out and watch that shit, goddammit. I'm telling you, the shit was epic. The people love it. The people love it. Yeah, baby, yeah. Anyway, so that's my idea, man. I'm adding to it scenes. You know, but it's still my idea, damn it. But I do, you know, hey, if you want to add to it and we can picture this shit, if you know people at Disney, Star Wars, or that corporation, please help me out with pitching the idea. Dude, this movie idea is awesome. I want to get paid for it. But really, I want it to get made more than anything. So hence, I'm putting the idea for free on the internet with the with the pre-thought that I know it could get stolen. I know, but at least this documents and proves that, dude, I said the idea now in this date and time. And so if your ideas is getting copywritten after this date, I mean, hey, in the court of law, guess what? My idea still counts as my idea. You know what I'm saying? I got proof that, oh well, he said the shit long before y'all wrote the shit and did it. He was on a video. We got video proof of him saying it. So, anyways, that's my idea, man. You know, of course, other stars will work for this, but these stars, keep in mind, I have a vision in my mind where they look right doing the shit. Like when, you know, there should be a scene where fucking Jet Li goes to attack a Jedi Academy because they tried to go and disrupt some shit on this planet. So to get revenge and shit. Keep in mind, they don't agree with the code of law of don't get revenge, don't do all this shit and that. You know, Jackie Chan is on some straight up, you know, peace, Confucius, say, Taoism type shit. Jet Li, on the other hand, he on some like, dude, eye for an eye, motherfucker. So he goes to the Jedi Academy. They try to go disrupt this thing, and then, you know, he goes in there. But what makes the Jedi start really just going from, okay, fuck that, we gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? We gotta take the fight to them and fight. Is Jet Li goes in there, he walks in the fucking academy. Everybody, you know, is nervous. A few people got their lightsabers out. And then he just walks in there and shit, goes to the center of this big ass, it's like a big monument hall type place. It's beautiful architecture in the building. And this nigga just reaches his fist up, punches down into the ground, and a big ass thing of lightning strikes clean through the goddamn building from the fucking sky. He makes storm clouds form. Like, his mastery is that level. Big ass lightning bolt strikes in the fucking building, crumbling this bitch, and lightning fills the whole place, and it kills damn near everybody, if not everybody, in the goddamn Jedi Temple all at once. They're all Jedi, you know, let's say they're Jedi Knights, a room full of Jedi Knights, about 50 plus Jedi Knights, and he just ends all these motherfuckers in one damn move. And then he just walks the fuck out. And then, like, the few that are still alive in that bitch, like, he just, you know what I'm saying? Him and fucking Donnie Yen just start clowning and fighting and shit and, you know, killing the rest of them off. Then, of course, they ain't far from another section of the school. This is a Jedi Academy. It's like a college campus, like the X-Men Academy. They just attacked one building of what is basically the Jedi version of the X-Men Academy. There's powerful motherfuckers all over. So the masters of the, you know, the school, which are the professors, they come running out. Oh shit, nigga, you niggas is showing up in the motherfucking school of the Jedi, you sons of bitches. And they start fighting them. Then these niggas just start clowning. They go into how they some masters on another level. Then Jackie Chan, of course, they separate again because Jackie Chan says, well, we document all our force moves and powers in what we call the Jedi, you know, what do they call it? The fucking archives, the Jedi archive. And he wants them, he like, y'all style, we've never seen it before, your style of kung fu and fighting. We never seen y'all weapons before. We want you to document and record it. Now, at first, Wesley Snipes was like, okay. And I guess, you know, we want to, you know, in exchange, you know, we want all the information you got. I want a copy of this library information on every one of my planets. And at first, Jackie Chan was like, okay, cool. But then that deal goes south. And when the knowledge is like, okay, wait a minute. At first, Wesley's giving them, is not showing the moves, and then we all document and record the moves. Then he feels cheated as a businessman when Jackie Chan goes, nah, I can't give you all this knowledge if you're going to use it to build an army and just take over the fucking galaxy underneath your name and, you know, your banner. When they disagree on that, Jackie Chan disagrees and don't want to let his archive of information go, including the moves that Wesley has displayed in his archive, to the fucking other planets in his portion. So that's what makes Wesley Snipes and his people decide, okay, we coming at y'all now. And then it also puts the Jedi and them on the defense as well as the offense in terms of we got to stop them from expanding. So there's movies, about 3 or 4 movies on stopping the expansion. Then a good 3 or 4 movies on, okay, they coming at us, we got to defend ourselves. We got to be ready when they come back. We don't know when they're going to strike. All that good shit. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be an action-packed several movies. Cam Rock, man, let me know what you think. Please add comments to this video, but try to hit me up on the Facebook and Twitter, though. I prefer that. No direct messages, please. Just hit me with a direct tweet. I get them a little easier, man. That DM is some bullshit right now. It's too full and I can't keep up with it. So please don't direct message me. It's not going down in the DM for me at all. Yeah, just full of spam. Just full of fucking spam. Anyways, and fucking up my memory card. Can't rock, man. Peace, baby. Yeah, the people love it. The people love it.